November, and we have brand new products in the online exclusives part of the store. So exciting times. Good morning. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I go live every Thursday morning for some crafting time. And I can see good morning to Bev and Deborah already who are here. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so today we are going to be casing a card that was on the online store, and it is using the friendly foliage. I took a little bit of a fancy to it. I was like, oh, I quite like that. And the lasting linen background stamp set. So if you were into background stamps, this one is a really nice one. And I thought it was tone on tone, but as I zoomed in on, like I took a screenshot of it and zoomed in, it is actually embossed. So we're going to do that this morning. I'm thinking that I may not have, whoops, where am I going? I may not have enough gold embossing powder. Might have to change it to copper instead. I've got lots of that. So let's get the camera switched around and we can start going and having a little bit of a looky. So, and of course we have our new packaging as well. So friendly foliage, and look, I can just show you this, and it's all, I've been pretty sure they're all 100%. So what you see is what you get. Good morning, Robin. Oh, she's watching from her car. Oh, that's good. Carol from Canada. Hello, hello. So I really like this one. And then these are the dies. So the die packaging is in new, and now we have graphics of the dies on our packaging as well, which is really good because I generally flick through my dies as it is, and I just have to try and remember what's in them. So I really like the packaging on this one, on the dies. So yeah, so we got the dies. So these ones, now this one's going to be interesting because you can double cut this image here. So we'll do that this morning. And of course the linen thread, which is the nice big one as well. So we are going to be using a base of, now this is what I can gather just by looking. So we'll be using a base and a layer of basic beige, stamping with old olive, and I think it was Pretty Peacock, and then we've got a little bit of old olive for the sentiment trim. So let's get started. And yeah, I'll show you how much I've got left. Whoops, I'm losing bits of it from the lid. So that's how much I have left. And then I went, eek. So I went and put it on my, in my cart, ready for the next time I order so that I don't forget, because I am really bad at forgetting to order things. So I'm not sure whether I want to risk using that or whether I should just go for copper, because I have got a full packet and I don't know how old this is. It must be pretty old because it's green, but I need to use the copper up because I'll be getting more copper when I buy the gold. So I'm thinking copper. All right, so hopefully copper will go with old olive and Pretty Peacock. I'm hoping. All right, let's get this big stamp out. I have not used any of these products yet, by the way, just letting you know. So the stamps do come loose in the packaging. I'm keeping the top and I'm keeping the bottom so I can put them back. I was going to say, I wonder if I need to take that off. I should put it on the stamp. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Brand new, and of course it's stuck. Oh, there we go. Might pay to be a little careful when you try and take them off. Okay, I have got my big, oh, now it's stuck to my glass mat. Oh man. All right, will it fit on here? Okay, so because I haven't used it before, I'm just going to rub my palm all over it just to sort of season it. You can use an eraser or, you know, stamp it and clean it, but I find if I just use my palm of my hand, it actually does the same job. There we go. Okay, so I've got that. What else do I need for embossing? My beautiful flash funnel and my Versamark, and I will try copper. So hopefully copper will go well. Good morning, Leanne. How are you? And I've got a bigger piece, and I'm just going to emboss the whole thing, and then I'm actually not going to use all of it, so it's probably going to be a waste. Oh, maybe I should, what should I do? Maybe I should cut. Maybe I should trim. Okay, so which is a good reminder, because if you wish to have the written tutorial for this card, head on over to alisatilsner.com, which is on the website at the moment, up on the screen down here. Why has it gone down here? It's usually has like a background on it so that you can see what it is, but it hasn't. And I will have all the written measurements. Oh, maybe that's why I was going to wait, because my sizing is a little bit different. No, don't mind me. Even if I have to waste a little bit of embossing powder, don't mind me. I'm constantly changing my mind as well. So everything is on the fly when you come watch me. So you never know what you're going to get. And sometimes I can't make up my mind. Oh, don't forget the pillow. Yes, good idea. Where is it? Here it is. Look, I even have it out on my desk now because I used to never use it. Pillow. There we go. Thank you for the reminder. Good morning, Joe. How are you going? Do you prefer Joe or Jocelyn? I'm gathering Joe because unless you come in under a different account, it could be that. Okay, I think I've got enough. It's hard to tell. You know what? If it's a little bit all over the place, it doesn't really matter anyway, because it's such a tight knit. And hello, Cindy. Okay, I'm just going to have to concentrate on this for a second. So this is a really, really big stamp. It is covering this card front completely. So I wonder what size it is. Does it say what size they are? I don't think it does, but it is huge. I reckon it's bigger than what some of the other background stamps have been. I'm going to measure it, because this is bigger than a half. This is bigger than, like, this is 10.5 centimeters here, so it's actually bigger than a standard card front. All right, let's get you out of the way. Let's get you on. Let's do some copper. Have I even used this copper before? Oh yeah. All right, all the way up here. Stick my finger on it. Shuffle it down. Oops, I'm making a mess. And I missed a few spots, but unless that's just missed a few spots here. Shuffle it around. Oops, making a real mess. No, I did miss a few spots. Missed a few spots, but you know what? I think it'll add to the background. Ew, yeah. What a mess. Maybe I should invest in one of those proper funnels. All right. And hopefully it will actually stick, because I think this is fairly old. Because if it doesn't, I guess I'll go back and try tone on tone. And I'll vacuum that up later. And I better wipe this off before I... Good morning, Marilyn. Oh, I got your email yesterday, but I have yet to check it out. So, but thank you for that. Okay, so let's give this a quick emboss. I think it's sticking. That's a good thing anyway. Yep, here we go. Now we're melting. So obviously you need to give it like this back. If you're doing the whole background, you need to really, really, really make sure that you've given it enough coverage with your Versamark. I should have warmed up my heat tool before I started too. This is taking a while. Oh, chat amongst yourselves. Oh my gosh. Taking forever. Nearly there. Have you ever had something take so long before? Oh my gosh. All right, I think I've got it all. Don't put your finger on it. Don't put your fingers on it because I know what I'll do. I think I got it all. Oh my gosh. Took forever. That's pretty cool. I think I missed a bit down here, but that's okay. I'm not going back. So there we have it. So it's got bits that have picked up, little blobs. I think that's a pretty cool background. Okay, let's go. Let's go on. Ew. Yucky. All right. Maybe it took a long time because it's old. Who knows? Oh my gosh. Oh, still yucky. Ugh. Okay, let's pop these aside so I can sort them out later. And what do I need? What do I need? I need some white, and I have already got my stamp set already on here. Okay, so now normally I would use a sponge dauber, but I went to grab a sponge dauber, and I don't use sponge daubers very often, and I went to my big stash of sponge daubers, and it has been that long since I've used them that when I touched the top of them, they all crumbled on me. So I will not be using a sponge dauber. I've just grabbed a sponge, good old Bermuda Bay. I thought it was close enough to Pretty Peacock. Okay, so I'll grab both of these open because I want to do a bit of a two-tone. And so I'm going to ink up the whole lot in Old Olive. And this is such an old ink pad, it's dipped in the middle, so I'm going to make sure that I can get all of that covered. And then what I would normally do was grab a sponge dauber and sponge some on, but because all my sponge daubers have died, which I have put in my online store as well. I put it in my shopping cart, I should say, not my online store. So what I'm doing is just using my sponge, which sadly we don't have these anymore. I probably use these more than I did with the sponge daubers, so that's probably why I've got stacks of these as well. These last a little bit longer. So anyway, so I've got that. Now I'm going to have to try and not press too hard on my card, otherwise I will get a little bit of ghosting. But I also think I'm going to leave some room for die cutting. I also believe that when you die cut it, all of that will be cut out anyway. So let's see how we go. It's quite light. It's not very heavy in color, but it is also quite pretty. So, and I think those tonings will go nicely with the basic beige. Oh, and how will it go over the copper? Not bad. Okay, now pop that aside. I won't worry about cleaning it for the moment. I'll clean that afterwards. I will close these up though, because otherwise something will happen and I will get ink over everything. Okay, let's have a look at the dies. Keep my hands clean. Right. Remember, this is the first time I'm using these guys. So now we have two different dies. One obviously cuts the outline, and then apparently this one will cut out all that background. So you can use this image in two different ways. So let's grab the mini machine, because I'm pretty sure it will fit through the mini. Just got to cut that excess off. Yep, it'll fit through the mini. I'll give myself a bit of space just in case, being that I've not used this before. And these out. So it's going to be a fairly quick cut. It's a fairly simple one, but sometimes when I get a new stamp set, I like to, sometimes I'll often just like case a card just to get some of the mojo flowing. Now, the other thing is that I don't know whether you cut them both at the same time or whether you cut them, oh, if you can get them off the sticky, or whether you cut them individually. So let's take a look. Have a look at that. So you line these guys up, line that one up. I'm a little bit unsure, so we'll just try. Maybe I should have stamped two of them just in case I stuffed one up. All right, and put them down. I may have a little bit of an issue because I've got a crack there. Keep my fingers on the plate so they don't jump because I've got two of them. Make sure my fingers don't roll under there, which I have done before and it hurts. So we get this look. I should have done them individually actually so that you could see the different looks, but you get that look, which is pretty cool. So you can either leave it with the background or you can take them, all those pieces out. So that is pretty cool. And I will, oh, they're coming out easily. I was going to say I'll leave them in there and sort them out another day. Pretty cool. And I can tell that my envelope will be, when you get them, this is at the back, but I have a feeling that they will be at the front for me because they're just easier to put away that way. Okay, let's grab that, chuck you away, chuck you off. Yeah, sort you out later. Okay, let's work out our card sizing now. I would have liked it to have been a little bit stronger in colour, but that's okay. All right, so card base. And this is going to go here. So now I'm just going to work out what size to cut that back layer. And yep, I think that'll be good. So don't forget, if you I don't know whether I finished saying, if you want the PDF of this, head on over to my website and you can sign up for my newsletter, and the PDF will go out next week. And try and cut off that bit there. And I've also got access, you also get access to a free card library that I have, and there's well over, actually I might cut that down a little bit more. This is what we've got going on at the moment. There's over 135 card tutorials on there at the moment, so you can go and enjoy that. I'm gonna cut it down a fair bit actually. I'm gonna take a chance and see what that looks like. Whoops, I didn't cut through all the way. There we go, that's a bit better. Okay, so next what was on there was the sentiment. Now I'm actually going to use a sentiment from a different stamp set. The sentiments are quite nice, but I don't actually need any of those at the moment. So I'm just going to use just a note from the Beautiful Motifs. And that's this one here. And we're just going to cut this to length first. And then we will emboss that. Probably don't need that much. I will emboss it and then trim it down. I just know, you know what, just do it now. Do it now. I think it will still fit. Yep. I don't normally work this way. Normally I stamp and then do it. I am working on basic beige for this one, a fairly neutral one. Looking for stuff. Ugh, more embossing. Make sure that's all. More embossing, and I'm looking for a block. And this is, I've used this quite a bit. It's losing a little bit of its sticky. All right, let's get you on there. So we're white embossing this time. And I think I will, because it's going to run the whole length, I think I will put it round about this way, so it's hopefully, excuse my head getting in, hopefully it'll be like a little bit on that foliage image and a little bit off, if I can get it guessing my placement right. And hopefully this won't take forever to emboss. Gosh, that background took forever. Apologies to everyone who's live and had to sit through that, but at least if you're on replay you can just sort of like all right, let's get this one set. There we go, and I reckon we are ready to put together. And then the only embellishment was a little bit of twine. So a very simple card, very different for me. I don't normally use a lot of muted tones, so this one is quite different for me, which I don't mind stepping out of my usual genre for a little while to try something different. I didn't cut them very well. They're a bit daggy, but I suppose it all adds to it. Okay, so let's adhere this straight on here first, I think, and I will use, I think I might use the nasty green glue for this one because there's so much embossing on there and the green might settle through the embossing and onto the card. So we'll try this. I'll put a little bit, at least there's fatter areas that you can put this green glue. I'll just make sure there's a little bit along the top, down the sides. There's a lot on there. So now I just got to pick her up. Should be using my tweezers. All right, and I'm going to put this more towards the right-hand side of the card as well. All right, and at least you can get it a little bit straighter. All right, let's pop a block on here while I might as well do my twine because while that's drying, because I sort of need it. Oh no! Why? Oh, man, it always happens to me. It always happens. You know what? Because I dunked my finger in the block and the block has got ink on it, and then I just picked it up and put it on there. Far out. Guess where my ribbon will be going? My twine, it was supposed to go underneath, but it won't be anymore. It'll be going right on the front of there. Oh, dearie me. Dearie, dearie me. You know what? I might do a double ribbon. I'm going to cut 2 lengths just for fun because I've mucked up. And I know I'm overcutting my twine here, but I'd rather overcut it than struggle. All right. So I usually just pop them both together, do the little loops and push them through. Both of you come through at the same time, please. No, it's going to be stinkers. Nope, nope. Did it work? Yeah, sort of. It's not a good day today for some reason. It's just not being a hand. Right, okay. Yeah, no, try it again. They all mucked up. So sometimes what I'll do if they're going to play games like that is I'll actually twist them together so that they sort of stick together a bit more. Maybe I need bigger loops to get them all through. There we go. This is going to work a bit better. Nope, that didn't work either. Oh my goodness. I thought I slept reasonably well last night, but I just feel tired all the time. Maybe it's an age thing. Tiredness, isn't that a symptom of the big change? Here we go. Ta-da! Got it. If I didn't get it, bad luck, that's what's staying. There we go. That is going to cover that. Can't believe I did that. All right, keeping my fingers off the block, which is probably now covered in glue. All right, so we're going to use dimensionals now to pop this one up. And then it'll be a really super quick card to finish. Okay, so I'm going to pop this one more towards, I think in the original sample they had it right in the middle, but I think I'm going to pop it, like keep it to the right hand side as well. And then this will go over the top, and I think that I might raise this as well, but I may need to double mount on the other end. It just depends. So let's pop it a little bit not so on the end, and that will probably allow me to not have to double mount. See, there we go. If I put it right on the end, I would have had to, and I can probably cover those bits where I missed out too, but I'll bring it down just a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's straight. And then this is going to now go there. In the sample, they had it tucked underneath, but because I've got fingerprints on it now, and I'm looking for my mini glue dots, it is part of it. Oh, and the other day I was like, oh, I just didn't feel like doing anything either, and my mojo had gone. I had cards to make, and somebody said, you know, that's menopause as well. And I was like, oh, really? Just, some days I don't feel like doing anything. All right. So let's get this stuck down. We'll separate these little things a wee bit, and I'm probably going to trim off that tag. Pop you right on where my boo-boo was, use the correct scissors, cut this tag off, and that's why sometimes a quick card when you're really tired is a good thing to do. So that's it, we're done. And I don't even have to do an insert because it's light colored card, and that's good enough for me. So there we have it. So fairly similar to what they had on the Stampin' Up website, but you can go and have a look at theirs as well. And I think I got what they had. Obviously they had gold in the background, and I've used copper instead, but I think that's quite pretty. I like the way that the tonings work. Maybe I need to re-ink my old olive. Maybe that would have been a bit better. But there we go. So that is it for me. I should go and have a mid-morning sleep. So go and check out all the other cool products that are on the online store. I do have a promotion that I keep forgetting. Maybe that's a menopause thing too. I guess so. Brain failure that I wanted to do, and I haven't announced it yet, and it has to do with the advent calendar. So keep an eye out for that. I'll pop that on Facebook and send it out in an email as well. So I'll be giving parts of it away. So there you go. Okay, so thanks very much, and we will see you again next Thursday for whatever we decide to make then, and hopefully I'm not sleepy. Thanks very much, everyone.